Charan.
Oh,
Hello, welcome. Can you just say just a random sentence, please?
I hate you, Curtis. I hate you so much.
Oh my god, that's so rude. But no, that's pretty good quality. I was just checking the mic.
Yeah, I know.
All right, yeah. So how have you been doing?
I'm doing pretty fine. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. By the way, what's next on the agenda for your channel? What's in the
It's a good
pipeline?
question. I have so much planned, to be honest. Like planned as in, the things I want to do,
Yeah.
not like, completely planned and executed. I want to complete the Vector Math series as I was working on it. The scripts are done. It's just I don't have time to record
Oh
now.
yes, yeah, I feel
A lot
that.
of freelance jobs, and then it's quite stressful. But other than that, after Vector Math series, I did plan a lot of photorealistic material stuff.
Yeah.
So
All
that
right.
should be fun.
Well, that'd be cool. It's quite nice that you've got freelance stuff going on as well now.
Yeah. This is like the very good one, actually. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. And from what I know, they're paying you quite well. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good too.
So yes, I've brought you along today because I don't always like talking straight into the air. I think it's better to get some like other friends' perspectives. So this is going up on the second channel, which is the whole cast one. But I want to rebrand it, and I'm going to talk about why. Because I don't want it to be a podcast channel anymore. I found that there's a few reasons why, like, I don't want to make content for things. This might be a bit weird because people don't like. I'll probably leave in a lot of my ums and ers with this because when I usually do recordings, I try and cut them out. But yeah, one thing I've noticed is that I don't like making content when I know exactly what that content is. That's so. For example, if I know that Wholecast is a podcast channel, I think where I need to be in the podcast mindset to make something for it. And one of the reasons why I like the main channel is because I have no idea what the main channel is supposed to be. Like, one day it can be a tutorial thing, one day it can just be like a random thing and whatever. So I was like, okay, well, keep an eye on the psychology. That's like, I now need to make the second channel something that I don't know exactly what it is. Another reason why like content hasn't been made for the channel is because basically all hands were on deck for the 100K for the first channel.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you know, and I'm sure I'm not the only one actually, because I think I've heard a couple of other creators complain that the sub growths have been a bit slow recently. I think YouTube might be purging accounts.
Mine too, actually. I don't have any subscribers losing, but there's no subscriber growth at all. I'm getting 1 or 2 a day, which is generally 10 or 20 a day.
Yeah, I typically get between 60 to 100 a day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, there was a really good point this year. It was like 1 to 300 a day. Now it's down to like 60 to 100, but like yesterday it was like 30. I was like, oh, okay. But then I checked the stats, and there is a bunch of unsubs from closed accounts and other. And when there's other, do you remember earlier on in the year when something really weird was going on? And like,
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so I think YouTube's doing something with the accounts.
Yeah, probably.
Probably a bunch of like bot accounts and stuff. Speaking of bots, though,
there's a lot of bots.
Yeah, when I put the new video out today, I think I got 2 of those short link ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to report both of those, which was annoying.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
I didn't get any bots so far, but I did get in the very beginning when you pointed that out. Remember?
Yes.
The song or whatever that is, but a bot.
Oh yeah.
Want to be friends? No, I don't want to be friends with you.
Oh yeah, I wonder where they went. That one stopped now. Oh,
yeah, they know that no one is falling for it, probably. I want friends.
So sad. Those are much nicer. I prefer those to like just the short link ones. It's just like a link and then like 1 or 2 words underneath it. So boring.
Yeah, at least they have something really nice to say, Like, hey, I really like your content.
Yeah, it's like,
want to be friends?
It's like, why don't you try harder if you're a spam bot? Like, of course people aren't going to fall for a short link. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
Jeez. Right. Anyway.
I kind of feel like because you're a bot, everyone knows that you're just trying to like give them more ideas. God damn
yeah, that's
it.
true. If anyone doesn't know, on Erindale's server, the Discord servers, like especially, I'm categorized in with the bot accounts on the members list, which is quite funny.
Yeah,
one person
still
asked
there,
about that. Yeah, I like that. Good running joke.
I know.
So yeah, that's why content hasn't been made for this channel.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to cough a bit.
Understandable. How dare you cough in front of me?
I'm sorry.
Did you wear a mask?
I'll cut out for the other people. No, but I coughed into my hand.
Okay.
I've just eaten. I tend to cough after I eat for some reason.
Oh,
Anyway, so
okay.
yes, that's why content hasn't been made for the channel. And
Okay.
it's also because obviously there's no return on this content yet, not until it reaches like 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, which is the requirements for partnership on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
So
It's so weird, like how YouTube does all the. I mean, I'm getting ads on my channel even though it's not monetized yet. So weird.
yes, that was a fairly recent thing, wasn't it? Where they were putting
They did
ads on.
mention like a few months before that. Okay, we're gonna change it. So yeah, it is reasonable. I thought yeah, it's pretty cool because it's their platform. They can do whatever they want. We are just using it, right?
Yeah, I mean they do that on Twitch, don't they? I think. I'm not too.
I don't think so.
I'm not too versed in the way of Twitch, but I know that they started adding adverts on Twitch before you watch streams, which annoyed people.
Oh my God. I didn't get any so far, like on Twitch as well. I've been watching some people just
you're lucky
playing
then.
Minecraft and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, another reason why content stopped on the second channel and for the podcast is because I have this philosophy with my work and the business as a whole, which is compartmentalize everything. So if we imagine
Okay.
the Gumroad products is like one business, affiliate videos is a different business, tutorial videos is another business, and like everything is a different business. And I have this idea where you can only spend as much money on each business as you make from that business, right?
Yeah.
And the ideal is to try and get each of those different areas to a certain level of income where hopefully one day they are all self-sustainable. That's difficult to do, very difficult. I don't have it to that. There's like a couple of areas which really carry everything. And then everything else is kind of like in this teenage stage, I would consider it. But obviously for like the podcast, for Wholecast and the channel, I was paying, not much, but a little bit of money to like keep everything hosted and have like, unlimited uploads and connected to all these streaming services and whatever. But it defied the principle because even though it wasn't much money, it still costed more than I made from that area, if that makes sense. So Wholecast doesn't bring in money. So I don't allow myself to spend money on it. So I was like, okay, I know it's fine because it's not much, but it's like, no, it defies the principle. So I can't do it.
You're denying your own principles.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you?
And I thought, well, I've got to stick to the principles because it's worked so far. So I'm changing it. So the format's changing, and I'll keep this as kind of just like a generic second channel where I can do whatever I want, and then maybe one day when it reaches like a stage where there's a tiny bit of money trickling in from it, then we'll try doing something a bit fancier. But so that's
like more penny videos. Thank you.
Actually, yeah. Speaking about that, I put some videos of the dog up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. When like with main channels, we think about CG Matter and Ducky and all that. The channels grow quickly because there's a very definite audience for like Blender related content.
Yeah.
And a very, very small percentage of those people are interested in you as a person. Like
that's true.
Yeah, you make content, they're interested in the content, that's fine. And very few people care about you. And you got to be grateful for the ones that do. It also means you got to be careful about not interjecting yourself too much. Because I mean, obviously, like each of us has done like personal videos in some way or other. I think I've probably done more than other people, and it definitely creates a hit, like a negative hit on the channel. When you check like, the sub stats and all that, of course, people unsubscribe when they watch personal videos. I mean, that's not unexpected at all. Like,
that's true.
When you look at the stats for like tutorials and stuff, you can see a positive effect. When you look at the personal ones, you can see a negative effect. And you think, okay, well, that's fine because you're kind of like purging off some of the bad subs in quotes that don't really care. But it's a bit of a weird way to look at it. So
it's not like bad subs. Maybe like you get a lot of hate comments as well. Recently, you've been getting some. If they don't subscribe, like I saw some of your hate comments which are like publicly subscribed. They have the small icon.
Right.
It's quite weird. Yeah.
So I think a second channel is where the people that care more can siphon off to, and it's also there's less pressure because you don't have any business responsibilities, or you don't have responsibilities tied to the content or maintaining a good flow or like a good chance of recommendations. Because if you put like a bad video out on your main channel, you can really hinder things for the future. If you put a bad video out on a second channel where you don't really have any responsibilities, and it doesn't matter so much. So it's a good place for just being fun.
That's really good way to put it.
So another thing that's been playing on my mind is the idea, and I can't say this is a fact because I don't have any evidence for it. I've only heard it from other people, and I think I felt it in some way, that YouTube probably doesn't like it when sessions end on your videos, in the way that if someone's come to your video and they've watched it and then they stop watching YouTube, like they click away from the website and they don't come back, I think YouTube probably doesn't like that statistic, and therefore they will stop recommending those videos because they don't want more people to leave the platform.
That's kind of true.
I can't be 100% sure of that. Like, it sounds reasonable, but I think it's true. I'm prepared to be proved wrong, if like anyone from YouTube has a statement about it. But yeah, it feels that way. And so I thought, right, well, let's take a measure up of all my videos that keep people on the platform versus take them off the platform. And I've been aware of this for a while, but like the majority of my videos take people away from the platform. And it's
you leave a lot of links as well, right, in the session.
This is actually one of the reasons why I stopped giving stuff away for free on videos, because like in 2019 I was giving like a free package away with like every video for a while.
I did notice that.
It built up like a really big mailing list, which was like good from a business standpoint for like selling things in the future and doing sales. But again, it hinders the YouTube. Now, even recently, I've been doing a lot of affiliate videos. So affiliates for like Blender Market and Gumroad. Again, very, very good for business on that side of things. But it's like, it's always a measure up of two things. So you do better in one field and then you do worse in another. So it's like, you make money with the affiliates, but then like the YouTube recommendations die. So you have to like really measure that up. So I think it's about time now, because I've just had a really big affiliate boost. It's about time now that I stop doing them.
Affiliate books?
Yeah, and start doing videos that just keep people on the platform.
That's quite a good thing. I like more videos from you.
Yeah, I think probably that means focusing on more tutorials and like just cool looking effects and random things like that. Maybe some news videos that don't require people to click away. So yes,
something related to Blender community, or like maybe you can send to some other YouTube channels, just like you do all the time.
Yeah, that would be okay. If it keeps people on the
platform, because it's on the same platform.
So yes, and even then,
sometimes I just feel like you figure out stuff which no one would have think in such a way, like keeping on the platform. That's something unique. I mean, I know like we have been talking about that once in a while, with a lot of confusion in this one, right? But I'm pretty sure like this is what's happening. Everyone, like every platform wants the people on the platform. That's exactly how Instagram is doing.
That's true. And I have actually thought, like, if that is true, because again, I can't say that it's for certain, but it does make sense, right? If you were designing an algorithm and you wanted that algorithm to help you make money, you want people to stay on the platform where you make money, right? So it makes sense in that regard. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But it did make me wonder, if that is true, then like these massive videos from the largest YouTubers that do like these massive sponsorships and they get paid just ridiculous amounts of money for it. Would those videos have performed better if they didn't have the sponsorship in them? And they didn't have people clicking away? I don't know. But it's just like, it's an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, that's quite true. Like, but then why can't it just pop up in a new window, right? Like by default, so that the platform is still there and people can come back to it.
I don't know. But it's just something that, because our businesses rely on taking people away from YouTube so much, it's a really difficult balance to maintain, I guess.
Yeah. So probably what you should do is you should make a series where you link every single video to your previous one, or like, some video of yours.
Yeah. I have been thinking like, let's strategize. What's the best way to get people to like look at products and other web pages without them leaving from the video page? Like, it's like a very creative way you can do it. So I guess I'll need to keep thinking about it over time.
Yeah, I was actually like, that's exactly why I'm planning this vector math series. Because if I have to explain this while I make every single shader, it's gonna take a long time, and I'm just gonna like torture myself with more scripts and everything. So it's
Yes.
better if I like make one series which explains everything, so that I don't have to explain ever again. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just give like a brief for sure. But yeah, it's quite interesting
I have
how to keep
also,
people on platform. That's a good skill.
yeah, I've also heard that it's generally better to make more videos, even if they're not particularly high quality. And I have felt this as well. I did a test a little while back. It was when I did the Unreal Engine videos, and probably also coincidentally because I hit a very good topic with the Unreal Engine ones. I thought, okay,
Yeah,
let's see what happens if we make more videos more frequently. And oh my God, the explosion in
boosts it, right?
views and subs and everything. Apparently YouTube loves it when you start more sessions more frequently. So it doesn't even matter if the videos are particularly great. If you just
Yeah,
make more of them, like keep them at like a very consistent quality if you can, but apparently that
yeah.
helps. But yeah, I think it
This
really
is where I
depends.
hate YouTube. This is exactly where I hate YouTube. Not
Yeah.
hate, but it's just something which I like. You have your own principles. I have my own principles. According to my principles, I like quality more than quantity.
Yeah.
Oh God.
According to YouTube, there's not enough content being made.
God
It's like,
damn it. Maybe it's me. I have to put out more good content with
well,
high quality in less time.
well, there's one thing to think about, right? If you want to maximize your audience, there's like,
Yeah.
there's a set number of people in your audience that will watch every single video you put out, right?
Oh yeah. There
And
are a few people I know. I know them by names because they really put nice comments.
oh yeah, well, exactly. And you've got to think, well, one video a day isn't much,
Oh
but
my.
yeah, for us it's a lot. But what I mean from the viewer's perspective, it's not much. Because you know how
Hmm.
like me and you will sit and refresh like PewDiePie's page until he puts a new thing out, right?
Yeah.
You think, okay, well, we're waiting for the next piece of content. There's a set
Yeah.
number of audience members that are waiting for that content, and that's fine.
Yeah.
For us, it seems like, oh my God, so much. We have to do
I
so
know.
much individually to try and put out one video a day. And you feel like well, if you rush that, then maybe you're doing something wrong, or maybe you're like reducing the quality or something. But
Yeah.
if you realistically wanted to maximize that viewership, that's what you should do.
Hmm.
And people aren't going to get bored if you put out one video a day, unless it's like the same thing every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit tricky. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's an ideal. It's not really realistic to expect that individuals can produce that much content unless you're, of course, CG Matter or someone.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Let's
it's.
find the turn.
I mean, you really,
Uh,
if you want to do it, you need to sacrifice the quality. That's
so I don't want to sacrifice the quality, but then I think I'll try to improve myself so that I can put really good quality content in less time.
yeah. So in that case, it'll be a matter of
Sacrificing highly edited videos.
either that, or it'll be a matter of taking the process that you usually do to get the high quality and finding a way to make that more efficient, or
Yeah.
or automating certain parts of it.
That's exactly what I did recently. I started like recording something, whatever I'm working on, the whole thing. So I have the full content with me now. Now I need a way to reduce it into chunks and make a new video on it.
Yeah.
It should like basically make me just rambling on, what I did, which is good. Like that people like the content as well, but then I'm not really that fluent when it comes to like scripting content, like just talking over what I do. It just doesn't come over. Like when I start recording, it's just not me. Like right
Yes.
now, I know that I'm talking to you. I know that you are a person, but then when I'm just talking to the camera, it's just not. Oh God,
Yeah, it's
you
very
know
true.
how it feels.
I know exactly how it feels. That's why I've even thought that sometimes it may even be better just to have a friend sitting like there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just like I don't think people really understand, but just the little psychological tick in your mind that says there's someone else sitting there makes a massive difference.
I mean, I do really well on live streams, while explaining stuff.
Yeah,
Like, because I know like people are there watching me.
true. It's very true.
Yeah,
So,
we should.
well,
I should think about that.
about that point about like making things more efficient for the creation process, that like I've
Mhm.
been constantly making adjustments to that over time. And again, one of the things I've said to you that I've done is like no scripts anymore. I mean, like I tried doing that for a while. I think at the beginning of 2020, I said to myself, no more scripts. And then like I was really adamant about starting like or staying with that. And then like after 3 videos, I started scripting like the rest of the year. And I was like, oh God. It's because a script is very comforting because, you know, you're not going to miss out on any information and you just need to read what's on the page. But my God, it slows you down like so much. And it's not good. and at the end of it, you sound so robotic. I mean, not you specifically. I mean, me. Like, you in general.
Come on. I you know how I talk in general, but then my videos look so dead. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like I listen back when I listen to myself read a scripted video now. Like when I watch the other ones, I'm like, oh God, it just sounds so bad because I can tell it's all overforced and like it's.
I just want to try out once, you know, like no scripting and see what happens. Like, will people take it? Not.
So like
it's quite challenging, but I want to try it.
Yeah, sure. The freedom of having a non-scripted recording is just good. Also, for me, I found that it ends up making the recording longer, which I think is good for watch time. But like people tend to only watch a certain amount of the video anyway, regardless of the length. Because like there's like a general average attention span that your audience has. I think for me, it's like a few minutes max. So yeah, it doesn't matter how long you make it, but yeah, I mean, it's all things to keep in mind.
Every time I make, for example, let's say, you know, when I start scripting, it just feels like it's going to take 16-20 minutes to do this, right? Yeah. Like when I just record it myself. But then when I write the script and record the whole process, and then it just comes down to like 8 minutes or 9 minutes. Like it's good, like, because, you know, I'm able to shorten the whole thing. But again, it's YouTube doesn't like it, kind of. Like even for monetization, it might be a little tricky because I can't put mid-roll ads and stuff.
Yeah, YouTube has had this weird relationship with watch time, well, with like the length of videos and watch time.
Yeah.
Because I think it had a phase where like it thought the longer videos were better, and then a different phase where it thought that shorter videos were better. For the longer one, I remember they were only putting like certain types of adverts on like videos that were longer than 8 minutes or something, or 10 minutes at one point. So that became a bit of a meme where like people were just trying to get the videos over the length. And now, of course, they're going back to they're putting like the shorts feature out now. So it's like make your content as short as you possibly can.
Like,
and yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I mean, I could do shorts, you know, but it's again, there are so many small stuff I can make into like one video by putting everything into one. But apparently shorts are able like coming and flooding the home screen as well, you know.
Yes,
in the uploads, which is so annoying.
Don't make them. Don't do shorts. Oh,
I'm not doing them.
We spoke with Kev in the private server, Kev Binge, and
yeah, I did see that one. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, the main question I have is why are short videos appearing in the main video feed on the channel, and why are they appearing in the sub feed for viewers, like alongside other videos? Because viewers get annoyed by them. They look at it and they think, oh, I don't want to, like, I came to this specific area to find a video to watch, not to watch like 4 seconds. I have to click on that, then watch it, then go through the effort of backing back out and like going through all of this. Like they should not be kept in the same category as regular videos. And when people go to when they go to click on your channel to subscribe, they want to look at those videos and say, okay, if this person is uploading semi-frequently and if the content looks good, then I'll subscribe. But then if they see that you've got like a bunch of straggly short videos in between, they're going to be like, oh no, I don't want that. So
I mean, it's going to fill their feeds as well, which is so annoying, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really understand the design and the implementation of the YouTube short videos at the moment. I mean, I'm sure they'll improve over time. It's better on the mobile app because they're in a different place. Like it looks kind of like the Instagram stories on there. But yeah, for the desktop version, I don't understand it. It's very strange.
I know, it's quite different. My watch chart is reducing because it's already been a year. So the first video that I published had the highest watch time out of everything. So now it's falling down.
Right. Well,
now I need to put out more videos.
Yeah, I feel like as well, you know, as the audience grows and you're kind of hitting like a wider market, so to speak, the average watch time will go down. Generally, because you're getting less dedicated viewers. So it's something that's like you shouldn't obsess about, but I mean, obviously it can be a bit concerning, but there's not really much you can do to control it. I mean, there are little hints, I suppose. If you look at the watch retention graph, you can say, okay, well, maybe in the next one, I'll not say as much between these two parts. Because like I look at the video I released today where I had like a short breakdown of the technique and then I did a long one. But in between the short breakdown and the long one, I said in the video, okay, this is where things get slower. And I watched that back and I think, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Because as soon as I say that, someone's going to click away. So yeah, like you can make little improvements like that, I guess, as well.
Anyway, like I'm pretty sure like once I complete the vector math series, the next few videos that I'm gonna make are going to be more my, like, it's going to be more me.
Yeah.
It's not going to be just some random script. CJ Matt actually gave a good idea when he was giving the community conversation, when he was in the community conversation in the Blendness server.
Yeah.
Community server. He was like, first say out loud what you're gonna write, so you know that if it sounds robotic or not. Like, if it sounds good for you or not.
Yeah.
I never did that before, so maybe I'll start doing that.
That's a good point. I remember when I wrote scripts, I would do like a couple of passes of rereading them. And then like always on the second pass, I would look back at it and go, why did I write that in the first place? Because that's not how I would speak anyway. But,
exactly.
But I don't think you can ever get accurately how you would speak. They'd probably look very weird on paper if you got that.
Yeah.
Especially with like all the weird pauses that people make when speaking. That's another thing as well. Like pauses are a very important point of sounding organic. And like how you stress words, even how I'm doing it now when talking to you, the length that you hold on to words and the way that you say things. You don't write that down with scripts. So when you come to read it, it's just like reading and writing and like doing all of this, and it's very just, monotonous, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's like newspaper.
Yeah.
Reading a newspaper.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. And yeah, probably I think I should just feel fine with even humming, once in a while.
Yeah, you got to leave a few in so people know you're not a bot like me.
Yeah, exactly. Like you. That's exactly what happened with you, right? I don't want to be you.
Yes.
I want to be me. I don't know like how I'm gonna grow the channel now. For sure, like I know that people are liking my content, so I'll keep continuing this. But I'm pretty sure I'm not just going to stick with Blender. I'm gonna jump into Houdini soon because I'm learning the software. I'm enjoying it a lot. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, obviously, Blender I think has the larger accessible audience. If you can find a way to merge the two in some way as well, I think that'd be
like how
Kev
is doing.
Yeah.
Like obviously I don't want to do fluid simulations, everything in Blender. Like that's. Oh my god, I can't murder my PC, dude. Yeah, better if I do it on
oh my god,
Houdini or something.
About murdering the PC, I was looking at the RTX 1390 prices today, and it's just depressing.
I know.
I look at it and I'm tempted, and I mentioned the price to my mum, and she was like, "Oh my god, no!" I was like,
and you're like, "This is very reasonable."
Yeah, I'm like, "Look, the prices are up. Is it irresponsible of me to buy this?" And they're like, "Yep."
Yep.
The cheapest I could find was like 1,900 and something pounds.
Okay.
For like a branded version of the 3090, not the Founders Edition.
Okay.
The Founders Edition was over 2,000.
My God.
Which I do want. I want the Founders one because I think it looks better than any of the others.
Oh, you're going for the looks.
Yeah, I mean,
was
just
actually
a bit.
thinking, to be honest, like it's a good investment,
Yeah.
Tell your mom, convince her. If I can convince my mom to get me a PC, even you can.
I mean, like she doesn't get to say. She's just like,
nope.
She's just my advice. My one of my advisors.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I get a slap if I say that. Yeah, she's also my accountant. So,
yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, I've got the 2080 Ti, and that's going to do perfectly fine anyway. But
just send it to me, as I said. Like if you buy one, just send it to me. Parcel it to India.
Yeah,
I'll gladly take it.
I can hold on if they get like another flood come in of like a new supply of 3090s and the price goes down, then I'll buy one.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, and I'm very grateful to have the money to be able to buy one just on the bat, like off the bat.
Exactly.
So if it does come along, the opportunity, then I will take that up. But yes.
I have a 3060 which is doing pretty fine, and it is 12 gigs of RAM.
Is that better than mine? The
No.
3060? Is it not?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not.
Okay.
Nothing is better than 2080. Like, see, the high end of 20 series will be like the mid range of the 30 series, and the mid range is 3070. So
Right.
I'm one
Okay.
step below. Yeah.
So if I want to make an improvement, I need to go 3080 or above, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Get a 3090. Don't get a 3080.
Yeah.
It's just
it's not
aim
enough
for
of
the
an
high.
improvement. I have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, especially for all the VRAM.
I know, right? 24 gigs. So you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
All that vector displacement. Oh, imagine that.
Oh my God. Anyway, like Jama Jurabayev.
Jurabayev. Yeah.
Yes, 4.
Yes.
Oh
Wait,
my
4 of them?
God. Yeah, 4 of RTX 3090.
That
No,
bastard. I'm joking. I like him. I saw him speak once
I
at
love him though.
the London Blender Day.
Oh, how was it?
That was good. 2019. It was actually the point where, how do I put this? So I started my YouTube channel in like October 2018, and like I did not expect anything to happen, and it was like, okay, well, this is happening. The channel's growing. Maybe we can make a job out of it, and this is going to fundamentally revolutionize the way I look at life in general. So in like the middle of 2019, when things were growing, I had this weird anxiety crisis, and I remember that the London Blender Day happened like smack bang in the middle of that. So I was like having a very anxious period in my life, and I went to that event, and it was very interesting because like a couple of people knew who I was, and I was like, okay, well, that's the first time that's ever happened. One of them was Mark Kingsnorth, who's another developer of like add-ons and stuff.
Okay. Do I know any of his add-ons?
He made the Nebula generator.
Oh, yeah.
And he's done the plating generator as well. He's done like a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
I think he's doing some stuff with chip waters as well, but I'm not too sure. I spoke to Pablo Vasquez there as well briefly. They did not know who I was, but I introduced myself, and I also said thank you to them for the code quest in 2018 because that was very cool. But yeah, I saw Jama Jurabayev there, and he did a talk about using the grease pencil to create 3D shapes. Like if you were kind of drawing out, like I think the example they gave was like a fighter jet,
helicopter fighter jet or something. Yeah,
that was very cool, and he was very good at talking there. So yeah, I like his content. He's very artistic. I mean, he's definitely like a very, very good concept artist.
Right. Like I got all of his courses. Like literally, I have all of them because you might think like most of how to use Blender and how to use the tools, but if you watch any of his tutorial, everything is unique, and everything has a new way to like do stuff. There's some good techniques which I would have never thought of.
Yeah,
it's insane, like how he use Blender to make his concept art.
He's very good at getting things to look good in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Him and Ian Hubert, these two are the demons, are the masters.
Oh, he was so fun to talk to, Ian.
Yeah, Ian was great, right? I love him.
When we jumped into his server, and this was just after you showed me that animation test you were doing, and it made me laugh. So you sent it to him, and just that laugh, man, so funny.
Yeah, I know. At least I made Ian laugh.
Yeah.
He does have fun, which is nice.
He's very cool. He's very nice.
I know.
Oh my god, the size of his Patreon. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff on there though.
I mean, I really love his tutorials, but then I didn't download any of his assets yet.
Yeah.
I have to, because I have so much else to use it for. Like I have so many plans. To be honest, till today, when I make a personal project, I never use outside assets. Once in a while, if for trees and stuff, I do. But now I think I'm gonna actually focus on lighting more than modeling. So I'm gonna get more assets outside and use them to build scenes.
Okay, well that's interesting because like I've said to you in the past, one of the reasons why I haven't used many external assets is for like, selling things. If you want to make files that you want to sell to people, then obviously you can't use any third-party assets. Yeah. And then more recently, especially with Botanic, I started using like, the plant assets and stuff. And it feels so refreshing and like liberating. Like after like 2 years of doing everything yourself, finally having just like assets that you can use. and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially with like,
I mean, I wish I could. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, especially with the Epoch short and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
the only reason that exists is because of third-party assets.
I mean, now I can actually use Houdini to generate lots and lots of, unique assets and export them because I got the license for it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
really costly, but then I think it's a really good investment for me at least because even if I have to learn Houdini in the free version, I need an external rendering engine, which was Redshift back in the days. Like that's what I wanted to buy or test out. And Houdini doesn't allow you to use third-party tools if you're using the free version. So it's like
Yeah.
I can still learn the software, but then I was not that dedicated enough, right? Like I was like, okay, it's still free. I can learn it anytime. And now I got the time, and then if I still procrastinate, that's not a good thing, right? So I got the software actually, and then now it's just speeding up. Like I'm watching so many tutorials, and it's improving my perspective to look at how to build a scene and how important scale is, to make
Yeah.
it to real world scale.
So
I never do that in Blender.
so how much was the license for Houdini then? The extended one?
Oh, I got the 2 years license, which was $400.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and I can use it only on one PC, but then if I have a second PC where I can render it on, I can do that as well. But then I can only use it on one PC at a time, which is good. Like that's exactly what I bought for. And now I need to choose a rendering engine. And I looked at the prices of rendering engine. It's more than Houdini.
Oh my
Houdini
gosh.
for 2 years is $400, and Redshift was 500 for a year, $500, and my plan is actually to learn RenderMan, which is $596 a year.
Oh, okay. The funny thing about software pricing is that when you have things that are kind of hyper specific, or like where the licenses are hyper specific, where you don't have a particularly large number of customers, they tend to
Yeah,
need to jack up the prices to like just meet ends meet, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Which is really
yeah.
annoying for like if you're a student or someone like a hobbyist or someone that's just starting out.
To
But
be honest,
yeah,
I would prefer subscriptions, for that cases.
yeah,
Because if I use this for 1 month, then probably I'll pay $20 or $30 to use it. Like I think that's where Octane is good because Octane is also like pretty costly. God damn it! I would love to learn Octane, but then it's free for Blender, even for commercial
yeah.
purposes, which was cool. I need to stick to one, but then there are like Redshift, RenderMan, and Octane. These three are something which I'm very much into. And Redshift is the best because it's the fastest in response. It's like CycleSex with steroids or something.
Oh, speaking about Cycles X, I'll be happy when that's actually finally merged into the master branch.
Yeah, to be honest, like I'm using CycleSex for most of my recent works because oh my god, the speed, even with
Yeah.
volumetrics, is insane.
All
I mean,
right.
maybe it's because I do have a good graphics card, but then I'm pretty sure like when they test out on mid-range ones. So it's for everyone.
Yes, it's true. So another thing I wanted to talk about in this was about my kind of new and developing equality principle for affiliation. I kind of mentioned to you.
Yeah.
I've now made everyone that affiliates for me. Well, I've now given them a 50% commission. Whereas before it was a 40% commission and then 20% for like other people that I wasn't really like super close with.
Yeah,
Now it's all on 50%.
for everyone.
For everyone. I'm toying
Okay.
with the idea, kind of going back to the whole not doing videos that are taking people off the platform. When I
Yeah,
do them, they have to be good because I don't want to
yeah,
have to like inhibit the channel. I'm
yeah. That's
toying with
very
the
true.
idea of maybe enforcing the rule that if you want me to affiliate for you, you have to give me a high percentage in terms of like
Yeah,
30, 40, 50%.
yeah,
Because otherwise I'm not going to do it. I think a lot of
yeah,
people, and it's felt a bit unfair in the past because like in one video, this has happened like a couple of times, I can give someone like an entire year's wage, right? But then
yeah,
I have to look at that and go, okay, well, I didn't earn that. And now I have to go
yeah.
back to trudging along and making like my regular content and dealing with the algorithm. And then that person can go off and like, have all that money and just be like, oh, thanks, lol, like just carry on.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel particularly fair.
Yeah.
And if this fact about like taking people off the platform is true, it means that I'm also damaging the channel at the same time. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's viable for me to accept affiliates that have like 15% rates or something like that. So it's going to have to go higher. So I've kind of been playing with the idea of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty reasonable because it's your channel, and if you're hurting your channel, then you have to like, charge it somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for someone else, and they have to pay the prices, which is reasonable.
Yeah, I think there's also like there's a certain number of creators, like product creators out there that probably look at like affiliate creators and actually in some cases quite appropriately so. I think, oh, okay, well, they're not doing hard work. They're just mentioning it. And why would I give them my money if they're just talking about it, solo effort? And like, I understand that because there is definitely a certain amount of that. But I typically don't accept affiliates unless I think they're particularly good value. And then when I do, I try to do them justice, especially in the cases where I do dedicated videos for them, like the human generator add-on and for like Pierre's course, for example.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and not to sound too big-headed, I deserve a higher rate for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just throwing it somewhere like willy-nilly. I'm trying to give it its good time. Also, the value that a video talking about affiliate products provides is not just the video itself. They might think, okay, well, you just spent a day making this, like you don't deserve like earning for it. I'm like, well, actually, no, it's the video plus 3 years of effort of getting people interested enough in the channel and the videos. Like you did not spend 3 years making that content. Okay, let's just be realistic. So let's be a bit more fair about this. I'm moving towards an affiliate equality principle. Ideally, I would like to give 50% of my earnings away to people that want to affiliate for me. And ideally, I would like other people to give me 50% when I talk about their things. So in the future, moving forward, I think I'm going to try and encourage people to maybe move towards that. But I guess that convincing people might take, some time.
Yeah. I mean, if it's obviously like because you're selling it to your audience, right? Like people look at your stuff because they know that when you make a video on exclusive stuff, it's gonna be good. And you generally don't take up affiliates from like small things. Like if it's like particularly good, you'll for sure like encourage. I'm pretty sure like you rejected some of the affiliate partnerships as well, right? Like when people.
What I tend to do, because I don't want to annoy people, is when someone sends me like a request, which happens quite often, I'll have like a general response that I give, which is something along the lines of, thank you for the consideration. Feel free to add me as an affiliate at this percentage. I will add it to my directory. I cannot guarantee that I'll make something about it, but if I find a space for it, then I will. So that covers all ground. It's like, okay, well, thank you for adding me. It's there if I need it. I can't guarantee anything. That's what I usually say to people. In my mind, I've probably made my mind up about whether or not it will fit in, but of course I never know because sometimes I do go back to old things that I thought I wasn't going to make content for and then did include. But obviously, like you can't plan too far in advance with this stuff. There are also a certain number of people that really think of you as a slave. And I don't say that lightly. Because I've had some people that have said stuff like, would you like to be an affiliate? And I'll say, sure, you can add me. And they're like, okay, would you be interested in making a video? I was like, if it feels appropriate one day, and then they won't give me the link. And then they'll come back and say, so when are you going to make a video for it? Like, I'll give you the link if you make a video for it. And I'm like, okay, like you're not losing anything from adding me. You're kind of making me not want to make a video for it now. If you're kind of acting snarky. Like, what's the point of this? And then they'll come back like later and then ask again. And like, why are you asking if I want to be an affiliate again? You could have given me the link the first time. Maybe if you were nice, I would have made a video about it, but you acted snarky and now you just keep asking me and you're still not giving me the link. I'm like, there's just these general like points of etiquette that people don't understand. It's like I don't work for you. I don't lose anything from not talking about your product. Just, maybe be nice and I'll do it.
Exactly. I remember like once in a while I did get some affiliate links, but then because my channel is specific to procedural shading and at least texturing in general, I would say.
Yeah.
It just didn't fit. Like I don't think I can make a video on a specific thing. For example, I did plan some good videos on sharing out good content from other creators, which I will soon make. Because, for example, let's say Lucas course, okay? Lucas course is very much fitting into my channel because it's procedural shading.
Right. This is the Luca Rude one.
Yeah, Luca Rude's one. Yeah. It's amazing. The course is amazing. It's a big blast. And I did tell him that I'm gonna make a video, which I will. But I told him like I don't know when my course is gonna get over, but then once this is done, I'll pretty sure put it out. And they're pretty cool with it. Like I did ask them that I want to make a video because it's an amazing course and I want to support Luke Road. He's been such a good mentor for me as well.
Yeah.
And in other hands, some creators were like, it's not generally course related. It's more like add-ons and stuff. I just didn't feel it. Like I thought maybe, yeah, I could add you, but then I don't think so. I can make a video on it.
That's very true.
And they didn't give a link, just like you said.
Yeah, there's, I think Derek Sivers had a nice analogy for this kind of thing, and it really resonated with me early on when Blenderness started, and we were talking about like sponsorships and whether it feels appropriate, and affiliates do fit into this. It's like you can feel it's not appropriate. You can kind of compare it to putting like a Coke machine in a cathedral, like a kind of vending machine. It's something that I guess people are already familiar with, but it just doesn't feel appropriate.
Yeah.
It's like and like when we look at our channels and stuff, I see my channel as like a piece of art, not to be too pretentious, but it's what I mean is like when I look at my ArtStation portfolio and I look at my YouTube channel, I feel the same way. And it's like, okay, well, this is a piece of work that I've been working on for a long time. It's made up of very carefully crafted things. And I feel like by adding like a company's loosely thought about marketing effort, like just into that personal thing that I've made, just feels wrong. So that's why I haven't really done sponsorships much in the past. I've done a few when they've been nice, when they've been appropriate, like Sketchfab, lovely people,
Yes.
But yeah, that's generally why it just doesn't feel right. And I can't shake that feeling off. Like I know that if I start doing it, then I'm going to feel worse about the channel and I'm going to see it more as a business entity and it's going to be less fun. And then, you know what I said earlier about, I like that I don't know what the channel is. If I start doing sponsorships, I will know what the channel is.
Exactly.
And that's a psychological problem. So
yeah. So far, like I think keeping it personal is a lot fun than keeping it very professional. And looking at a business standpoint, I still feel like even though I don't put much, like I don't really sound like me, I still feel my channel is very personal to me because it grew with me. Like the more skills I learned, the more better the videos got as well.
Yeah.
So I can see the growth in my video and the audience and the love that people are giving in the comment section. It's all increasing. It was never decreasing. So it's more personal as well. Like I know the effort went to on each video. So if I want to put low quality content, I don't think so. Like I just don't feel good. I feel like someone is attacking me.
Yeah.
It's like I feel insecure about everything.
Well, there is something interesting about you, by the way, just talking about the personal aspect of your channel, is that you are actually very, very tightly integrated with like the sociable area of the community, like, on these Discord servers and all of that, which not every YouTube creator is for Blender. Some of them keep like a quite a strong distance. And I feel like a lot of people that do watch your videos already know you for that, which is quite a good benefit.
I mean, because I have a smaller audience now, I just like to be around them because it's not just like me learning and doing my own stuff. It's like I'm actually talking to a lot of people and learning a lot along the way, right?
Yeah.
It's not only about that. Like most of the stuff I learned, including my English that maybe I'm good at or maybe I'm bad at, I don't know. It's all because I started talking to a lot of people and just to gain confidence. I have very little confidence on me, but I had at least. Now I'm really confident that I can actually make a living out of what I'm doing. Which I never thought would happen anytime in the future, but it did happen in very unexpected times, and I'm really grateful for that. But it was just because I was really good at talking to people, and I love talking to people. So I think I'll still keep as much as connections with the people I know around the community, so that I still feel I am part of the Blender community as much as it is.
Yeah, that's true, and nicely said. I also very enjoy communicating vocally with the rest of the audience. It's very strange because would you consider yourself an introvert generally?
Nope.
No.
For sure.
So
No.
you consider yourself an extrovert?
I mean, extrovert as in like if I have to share everything that's happening in my life, no, I don't do that on my. I mean, you follow me on my personal account as well, right? So I don't do that quite
Right.
often.
Okay.
I it's more like I talk to people on the topic what they want me to talk, right? Like if
Mhm.
I'm talking to you, if you are talking about something which interests me. I do want to participate in what you're talking, but then the more personal I get, it's only to with few people that I'm this way. Like I talk more about what's happening in my daily life. That's
Yeah.
something I do only with my good friends, like very close friends,
Okay.
right? So I consider extrovert is more like, I mean, that word extrovert is more like trying to express yourself in a personal way.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think the
Yeah.
definitions that I have in my mind is that an introvert is someone that gains energy when they're alone, and an extrovert is someone
Uh,
that gains energy when they're with other people. It's quite a generic term, I guess. I,
Yeah, like for example, if I'm around people, I don't like to work. I
yeah.
want to be with them. I want to talk to them. But then when I'm alone, when I'm being more productive and enjoying myself doing the work I do, I don't want anyone to disturb me. Like I do get mad at my mom and dad sometimes when they just come and interrupt me or like, do that, which I should feel terrible because they might really need me or something. But yeah, they did understand like they don't like, I don't like to be disturbed when I'm working.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
same to be honest.
yeah, but it's in the same way, like again, when I'm talking to people, I talk to them so that sometimes my mom say, "You're so annoying, Charan. You always come and talk, 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 talk." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I like to talk to you."
Aw.
Yeah,
How could your mum call you
exactly.
annoying? Oh.
Mom thinks that I'm annoying sometimes. I mean, if I talk, it's always to the extreme. It's not. What can I say? If you talk, it don't be like generally like small talk. It's always extremes.
Oh, don't worry.
It's either too annoying or like do nothing.
I need to tell you this one very important fact that I've discovered this year, especially on
Okay.
well, the dating scene and stuff, which I won't go into because if this is going out online. But
Yeah.
I've discovered that I much prefer people that talk too much than people that talk too little. Oh my god! Like, at least it shows that there's something going on in the head.
Yeah. I mean, I do know like few introverts, like like actual introverts.
Yeah.
Like there are few people who call them introverts, but they're not.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes I have friends who say they're introverts, but they're really not. Maybe because they're really comfortable talking to me or something. But then I, I mean, that's what they say, at least some people. But I see them being the same with everyone else. So I don't know what they think introvert is, but
Right.
yeah, there are like quite very valid definitions of what introvert and extrovert is.
Right. Well, I would consider myself an introvert, and the reason I would say this is because
Yeah,
I
you're
like
introvert.
I like being alone, but also I kind of don't because I really, really enjoy talking to people, right?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm friends with them. I can talk to
Hmm.
new people okay, but I'm usually quite reserved. And I think I have like a mode that I go into when I talk to
Yeah.
brand new people. It's like I'll only say
Yeah.
specific things and I'll talk in a specific way. But yeah, I think I get my energy from being alone or just phasing out and daydreaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but it was difficult to get over at the beginning because um, like people wanted video calls, and I'd never
Hmm.
done a video call with like. Well, obviously I've done video calls with people before, like friends,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I hadn't done a video call with someone random before. Thankfully,
Mm.
one of the first people that video called me was Zach Reinhardt, who is like,
Nice.
yeah, really, really cool
He's a nice
person. Yeah,
person.
such a nice
Yeah.
person. And he was very understanding. And that was very, very cool. And
Yeah.
he kind of got me like into conversations with other people as well. And it was an important experience, I think, talking to like other professionals on a video call. I still don't
Yeah.
really enjoy doing it, but I think it taught me to understand how other people see me, which I
Yeah.
hadn't really thought about before.
Mm.
And that's something I've been thinking about more as well, like over the years of YouTube, because as a creator, you have no idea what other people think of you.
Exactly.
You will know for certain that some people really, really like you, and some people really, really hate you, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, being in this, being close to the community, like I did see some haters for you and few for the creators, and I did see like few haters of mine as well. Like they just don't think I am good enough to teach what I do. Sometimes, I mean, I did talk
Oh
about this
yes,
in
yeah, yeah.
once in a while with you guys, but it was quite interesting, like how they think what I am and who I am.
Yeah.
It's I'm not like really mad at them or something. It's more like it's quite interesting, like you judge person without even knowing them.
Okay.
Like,
well,
yeah.
I'll put on record here some really really important things that other creators should know. When you have a smaller audience, people feel confident talking down to you because they don't think
Mhm.
they'll get backlash, because they think you're too small to defend yourself, or that other
Yeah.
people won't come and disagree with them. That's an
Mhm.
unfortunately true fact. Over
Yeah, that's
time,
true.
the hate that you get decreases, apparently, well, from what I've seen generally,
Mhm.
from audience members as you grow a larger audience. You'd think that'd be a bit wrong, because obviously the more
Mhm.
audience members you get, the more people that there would be to hate you. I think it very much depends on who you are, how you present yourself, and what content you make, and where your audience is coming from. But
Yeah.
generally, for me especially, I found that people tended to shut up more the larger the audience got. So just keep that in mind. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, once you grow your audience, sometimes your audience will protect you, right? In the comments when
yeah.
people be mean or something.
Yes, and they're afraid of having other people come and disagree with them. If it's
Yeah.
just you by yourself with a small audience, they think, they'll see it, but no one else is gonna, do anything.
They care about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like another thing is, you could be the nicest person in the world, people will still hate you.
Yeah, I know.
The scaling of growing an audience means that inevitably, no matter what you do, you're going to upset someone. And let me give you like a demonstration of this. So if you grow an audience to a certain size, and you
Mhm.
have two people asking you for something at the same time, you have a
Yeah.
few choices. You can say, okay, I'm going to help person A or person B, or help none of them. If you help
Yeah.
person A, you upset person B. If you help person B, you
Mhm.
upset person A. And if you don't respond to any of them, you upset both of them. It is
Yeah.
not possible to go through life with this job without upsetting someone. So
Yeah.
it's bound to happen. And people, and like the audience members, you hope that they understand that, because
Mhm.
obviously you have a limited amount of resources mentally, especially to like, deal with
Mhm.
everyone's
Yeah.
requirements. But, it just happens, and it's
Yeah.
something they need to be aware of. Another thing as well, especially, is like with the Discord communities, there are rules
Mm.
to protect the communities. And
Yeah.
when we've kicked people out of them before, some of them take it very personally. And it's like,
Mhm.
okay, yes, we may have become, or we may have developed like some kind of friendship, but if you break those
Mhm.
rules, you don't get an exception for it. And
Yeah.
people think that like you're making like a war crime or something, like by kicking them out if they violate a rule because they've gotten to know you. It's like, no, look, yes, I'm in here and I'm being personal with you, but this is still a business. Like, there is a rule set, you follow it or you're out. Like, and I have to comply to that rule set, otherwise I lose credibility. So that's something that people also need to keep in mind. And I don't think
Yeah.
that audience members always see that perspective sometimes.
That's quite true. And I also want to talk about pricing and stuff. Like, as recently I've been doing this freelance, and one thing is like I did get a job at one place, and they offered too little, and it was not at all cool. And when I
Yeah.
rejected them, they started increasing, the price after 2 days. And then again, I rejected them because I didn't want to, like, because it was just insulting to go for that list. Maybe like, and then I rejected them. And the third day they came with a better price, which I asked in the first place, you know,
Yeah.
like to provide me. And they're like, okay, now I'm giving the price. Come. I was like, twice you upsetted me by insulting me. And third time, even if you come to what I asked, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
Correct? Like,
It seems, oh wait, I can swear on this channel. I don't have any responsibilities. It seems really shitty of them to have
yeah,
gone low to start with. I get that there's like a certain culture in like, some businesses to haggle or negotiate. I don't really
yeah.
respect that. I think it's disingenuous. Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
that
at least
wasn't
you have
good.
to like make sure that this person can live with what you're giving, because he's
Should
going to
we?
work you for full time, right?
Yeah. Do you want to say the first price that they offered? Obviously, we're not saying like the company, but just to give
Yeah,
a perspective.
it's $225 a month.
$225 a month for the work,
Yeah.
which is not livable.
Like for a month, I think I can just pay my rent properly.
So
Like, I have to move out the state as well if I have to work there.
yeah, so yeah,
It
not good.
was not good, like at least for me. But then now I got another, like after I rejected, they came till I think 500 now.
Okay,
But I did ask them, at least a 500 so that I can at least convince my parents that I can, somehow learn this experience, like go to this, be here or something.
Right.
They disagreed to that in the first place, but then they still came to that after negotiating. But I didn't like the negotiation process as well. I thought it was a little insulting. Like, I mean, the words they chose to use was not even I was not happy with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna reject whatever this is. And then
Yeah.
2 days later, because I was really sad for rejecting it as well, because it's such a good opportunity to get into what I love doing. But now I got another new one, which is actually like they want me. They saw my work and they really want me and they like me because we had some calls and everything. They're offering really, really good price, and it's just so refreshing to see that okay, I do I mean, I just felt unsafe being in that surrounding, working there, but then now it just feels so good. I mean, I think it was just that company that was like that, but this company, the new company, was so beautiful and wonderful.
Yeah. I don't want to say that everything happens for a reason, because I don't
Believe, kind of. Yeah, I know.
I
Doesn't happen for a reason.
I don't want to say that, because there's a lot of crap that happens in the world that
Yeah,
should not happen regardless. Um
yeah,
but I feel like sometimes you do need to go through those rejections to find something better. And it does remind me
yeah.
of like when I started the YouTube, or just beforehand, everything was failing. Like I had
Mm,
no responses. Or I did go to an interview for one company, but they were a bit of a strange company. I'm not going to say who they are. I don't want to shade them. Very
mhm,
weird like behavior. Um,
yeah,
but just as I was about to start YouTube, I got a message from the recruitment manager at Unity, and I'd been
mhm,
using Unity for years, and it was like, oh wait, this is the first company that's actually messaged me, and I know
yeah,
who they are, and I'm super familiar with them. So they wanted me to go and interview for
mhm,
their content development team, and I was like,
mhm,
okay, but I'm kind of wanting to try this YouTube thing, and I will say it's a really bad idea, all right,
mhm.
when
Yeah,
when you don't have any followers, to
yeah,
start a YouTube channel and make a bet on it. So I would not recommend
yeah,
that. I would not recommend that for anyone at all. But I did
yeah,
it, and I turned down that Unity thing there and then. I told them to keep me on a list, but
yeah,
that doesn't mean anything.
yeah. I know, but
Um, so I did it, and it worked out, and I'm very glad that it did. But I felt very sad afterwards, after turning it down.
yeah. I mean, the same thing. I know the company. I've been knowing for this company for a long time, but then I didn't expect it to be like that. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay, it's fine. I said like, put me on the list, but still, I don't think so. I will take it because also it's like, pandemic in India. And
yeah,
if I have to move state, it's gonna be such a risk, and parents are really terrified to even send me out.
yeah. That's true. It must be very concerning for you with all
Yeah,
the
it was
COVID.
really exactly. And I didn't want to take that risk as well. And parents were like, no, 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 no. But now the freelancers that I got are good enough for me to actually survive properly. And I mean, why I'm saying survive is because it's actually like it's unlivable, at least for me, like with my cost expenses. I have to pay the bills, and I had this beefy laptop, the PC,
Yeah.
which I have to pay current bill, and it's almost about 4,000 a month, which is a lot, by the way.
Ooh.
It was like 2,000 before I got the PC, but now it is like 4,000. It's doubled,
Yeah.
which is like, I mean, it's good. And then again, my food. I I I know how much I eat, and I know I eat a lot, so I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I can live with what they're trying to offer.
Charan, you must relinquish food, become the Buddha, survive on 1 grain of rice. This is the way of Blender creators in the future. We don't need to spend
Come
money on food anymore.
on, come
We
on.
don't. Oh man. Okay,
Yeah.
we've been going for like 1 hour 19 minutes ish, nearly. I think.
Okay,
So I
pretty
think this is quite
nice.
good.
Very long talk. Yeah.
So yeah, we spoke about all sorts of different things. If anyone's listening, I don't know if anyone will like come this far. There's not, it's not like we don't have many followers on the channel. Maybe I'll share it somewhere else. But I think we actually covered a lot of really important things earlier on, about mentality, about like kind of managing the business, about what audience members think, about changing in policies, and YouTube's reaction to certain types of content, and my policies as well compared to yours. And I think that's quite important to put on record. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this conversation.
It was fun. It's always fun talking to you, Chris.
Before we go, can I have your best impression of a British accent, please?
What?
Yes. Can I have it, please?
I don't think so. It would possibly be bottle of water.
A bottle of water. Bottle of water.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is gonna be.
That's good enough. That's exactly what I wanted. So don't worry.
Bottle of water.
Bottle of water. Oh man, I can't believe that became a meme.
I know.
Thing is, I was looking at that and thinking, damn it, yeah, I've said that before. Shit.
I mean, if you ask me right off the bat, that's exactly what I would say, right?
Yeah.
I started listening to a lot of Essex accents now because I don't know, I just found it like it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Oh well, did you see Chris Pratt do the Essex one on Graham Norton?
Yeah, it's called Towie, isn't it?
Yeah, Towie. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Towie.
so good.
Towie stands for The Only Way Is Essex, which is the TV show. So yeah. All right.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Talking about accents.
I guess we'll leave it there then. So
sure.
goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.